Okay, so welcome everyone to today's Metal3 Community meeting. Today is 4th of October 2023. We can skip the introductions. There are no new participants, and as usual, as reminders, please remember that the meeting is recorded. If you want to help the project with contributions, then please check out the help wanted label across all the project. Leonard now added a bunch of issues that I have triaged and accepted, for example, for BMO E2E tests. So now we have the framework, so folks can just write these nice new tests if you want. And then if your organization it would be willing to add itself as an adopter, you can do it by creating a PR and adding your organization's name into the adopters list in the MetaCube docs. And that would greatly help us, showing that the project is maturing. And I have a promise from one project that it will I have a promise from one project, a representative of theirs mentioned that they will add themselves as a new adopter. And then if you are seeing any issue in the on the PRs and you think that this is the fault of the CI and not your changes, then please link that PR to this MetaCube CI tracker project. You can do it even if you have no admin rights or anything, but only the maintainers are able to see the dashboard, and we can track all the issues related to this. But all the issues themselves are visible to everyone. Okay, yeah, and then we have the incubation proposal, Google document. Feel free to add your thoughts to that and edit it. That should be accessible for everyone who is a subscriber of the mailing list. And then we had one reminder for one pull request, which is still pending. It's the V1 beta 1 for the BMO. I think at this point, this is only, I think this is only waiting for now just the labels. Am I correct, Dimitri?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have taken a look and just probably nobody is brave enough to approve it.
Okay, yeah, I don't have rights to do it. So if anyone among the brave souls is watching this video later, please LGTM and approve.
I tried to LGTM, but I don't have enough power there.
Yeah, me neither.
I think we should add you to at least 2 reviewers. You've been here around for a long time. I think it definitely deserves the right to at least LGTM specs guidelines.
Yep, I agree.
Thanks.
Good ideas. Okay. Then we can continue to the community working group updates. And now we have working group updates from the scalability working group from Dimitri.
Yeah, it's not like direct result of our working group involvement, but I had a conversation with a person who is doing extreme scaling tests inside of Red Hat. And what I discovered, you don't need to read this whole thing right now. It's a bit of an edge case really that you may never ever hit. But what I discovered is people actually routinely test single ironic conductor. So a typical OpenShift installation is one ironic conductor backed by SQLite. And I think installing 3,500 VMs with blocks of 500 VMs at a time. So 500 deployments in parallel, 3,500 total. That takes around 8 hours, and they're testing. It's a huge test bed spanning many bare metal machines running hypervisors. So that's a probably the first time I'm hearing some firm numbers for Metal3, at least inside Red Hat. So that I guess is pretty interesting, and that works. So this whole bug is about some edge case when you also throw in some bandwidth limitation and missing packages, somehow emulates a wide area network, then things can go south. But in just a normal case, apparently they have been testing it like that for a long time. With a small caveat that in OpenShift, we don't use QCOW images. So I'm not sure how these results will change for people who use QCOW images because they take a bit of time to download and convert. And Chorus ISOs are much easier to handle. So maybe you won't be able to reach this number, but that's a number nonetheless, and I decided it would be really interesting for you all to hear about that.
Yeah, thanks. I will certainly forward this to some of my colleagues because this seems very, very interesting. Okay, I will read.
Yeah, and there will be fixes to ironic proposals bug, so we try to hopefully make it behave even better, even under these extreme loads. But yeah, otherwise, fake API patch, unfortunately, I haven't had time to get to it yet. Still on my to-do list for this week, just today's. This is my 5th meeting today. I'm tired. And unfortunately, I cannot report any progress with ironic operator, just as last few weeks. And that's status for me.
Thank you. That's already a very clear picture from and around the scalability group. Great. Okay, we can continue if there are no other comments or issues related to what Dimitri mentioned. Questions or anything? Okay, if nothing, then there is one from me. It is this pull request. It's there for a long time ago. If you remember, last time we discussed that let's move this Pixie Builder somewhere else, and I did. The builder image and the logic of the builder is not anymore in this, but there are still configuration options and template related stuff that needs to go into the ironic image itself for the other components to support these new iPixie features. But everything related to the actual building script and building image have been removed. And the next topic ties into that, which is that there is now a new repository in Metal3 project. And this is, we need to have a discussion because, or continue our previous discussion, because last time we agreed that every image optimally would live in its own repo. And I was in this sentiment also, and I pushed this repo as an iPixie builder repo, not utility images. But then I got feedback from my team, and there are folks who think that that's not necessarily the best way to go, even though some of you expressed why you would prefer that. So to appease them, I created this repo like that. At any point at this moment, this still can be turned back to an iPixie builder individual repo, because there is only the iPixie builder inside, plus like this miscellaneous stuff. And I don't really want to just repeat what those folks are thinking. I really want a discussion between them who think that a utility images repo is needed, and between those who think that everything optimally should be in its own repo individually. Leonard will send an email about this. It's just a heads up from me. I'm honestly, I'm fine either way. I just want it to be consistent at the end. Either we go into the direction eventually what Leonard will propose, or we go into the direction what we discussed last week. I'm fine either way. I just don't want to end up between the two chairs. That's my goal. Yeah, and this I also made the Quay configuration, so there is already an image available in Quay for the iPixie builder. Yeah, and one thing that I think all of us will agree, that stuff that can be done with upstream images in the future, we have to move into a direction where like a MariaDB and the DNS mask and such stuff will be handled by an upstream image, and we won't maintain an image for those. I think that will be a common ground, but a proposal will come on the mailing list. Is there any question or any comment related to?
So I guess we're not discussing that here, but I'm well. We will wait. I mean, at least I will wait for the mail. I don't think, like, in general, best practices as I saw them, like, suggest to have one repository for one container, but that also depends on on the scope. And of course, in this case, maybe it's okay to make an exception. So major components of the projects, like BMO or the Ironic image or other containers, I think they should be separated, should be like separate repositories. But again, I think in this case, we may think about doing an exception. But again, like, let's wait for the mail in the mailing list for the discussion.
Yeah, thanks. I also want to be cautious with this and wait for the mail. What I already can say, I believe that's not an issue that for our major components, BMO, CAPM3, IPEM, those of course won't be affected at all. Like these stuff won't be. It's more like what we have around the around and in the Ironic image and how we would handle that. And mainly related to these stuff that we use, but it's semi-external to us. We basically just reconfigure stuff. So it will mostly talk about those, but let's wait for the exact proposal. I really don't want to get in between the two groups. I really want this to play out. But for those who want to use the iPixie builder, it's available and you can use it. There is the image, and what will how we will handle the images going forward, and what will be the common ground, we will see. Yeah, I just wanted to make a heads up. Yeah, and quite a lot of folks are reviewers and approvers in this, so I think we will have a good coverage. Okay. Yep. This is all from me. Is there anything that you want to still add or ask? Okay, if not, then next one is from Dimitri, invitation to the Ironic PTG.
Yep, that's this time again. So we have this project team gatherings twice a year. It's virtual again. Everyone who is interested in Ironic is very warmly welcome to join us. For probably a couple of days on Zoom or similar video calls. the dates are there, October 23rd to 27th. We probably won't have all these dates for Ironic, it's for the whole OpenStack. But the exact schedule will be published soonish, maybe next week. The proposed topics are there in this document. You can see what we're going to discuss. And yeah, please just stop by, listen in, even if you don't have anything to discuss. Just increase your exposure to what is happening in the Ironic community.
Thanks, that's great. I plan to be there. Time seems to be good. So I already have received an email about this. So yeah, I certainly try to be there. And I encourage others because that was, in my opinion, a good discussion last time also. Okay, thanks. Is there anyone else who would like to ask or say anything related to the PTG, Ironic PTG? No. Then we have a review request from Ricardo.
Yeah, I was basically writing down everything for the branching proposal and reviewing the Ironic image as it is, and I realized that I forgot to add the Ironic lib to install from source, which should be like, it's better if it's coupled with a specific like hash or tag whenever we decide to branch.
Yeah, completely agree. Completely agree.
Just that, and well, I'm writing the proposal. I should have that ready before the end of this week.
Yep, sounds awesome. I'm very interested in all this. Okay, thank you. I think this actually looks pretty good. I will check it a bit later. I don't know if I have GTM rights. I might have. Let's see. I actually can already. Do I have? Okay, yeah, I have. Okay.
Thanks.
Yep. Anyone else related to this? Okay, so these were all the prepared topics. Is there any suggestion, question, problem, improvement, suggestion, anything that you think we should discuss? If nothing, then thanks for your time. We will meet next week and we will have triaging next week. And until then, have a nice week and nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.